only.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Sunny D. It is June now, first of the month, June 1st, 2017. Welcome. If you are currently listening right now, you're on blogtalkradio.com/GFT radio show. Guys, you want to say hi?
What's going on, good people? It's your boy Clint. You already know what it is.
What up, though, good people? This is Willie Styles.
All right. We are ready for tonight's show. It's an interesting topic. It's a continuation from sort of last week's topic. So if you know what last week was, you already know where we're going with this one. But if you guys want to call in, the phone number is 657-383-1155. Phone lines open up at 10:15. And if you want to tweet us, at GFT_radio using the hashtag GFT radio. What I was going to say. Oh, yeah. How was your week?
Oh, man. My week has been eventful, to say the least. I've been thrown off because, we had a holiday was Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And ended up getting a parking ticket.
Oh, shit.
Because I got
right. That's not good.
Yeah, I got confused by the days. I got my daughter here. She spent the night. We wake up in the morning. I'm like, you know what? I got my car parked on the right side of the street. Let's go back to sleep. Get some more rest. Wakes up, ticket. Oh, man. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? You feel me? That's the last thing I need, is a little $55 parking ticket. You feel me? Other than
$55?
$55 for a parking ticket. And if I'm late paying it, they're going to hike it up. Yeah, I mean, outside of that, just been hustling and bustling. Had a little car trouble. Other than that, this week's been fun. It's been interesting. Like I said, still got the workouts going. Ain't slow up yet.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Renee?
Yeah, my week's been fairly uneventful. Definitely not that fun like what Clint's having over there. I mainly spent half the week barbecuing, the other half the week cleaning up. So it's been a short week with the holiday. We had family over. My twins, their birthday was on the holiday, was on the Monday. So it was a Memorial Day barbecue / birthday party. So we got good food, good drink. Just kind of hung out. Mind you, my twins are 23. So I don't want nobody thinking I'm giving the kids liquor, but but yeah, we had a good time with them, and just hung out for the holiday. End up doing some more barbecuing over the last couple of days because it's been nice in the city, in Detroit. It's been, not the best weather, but it's been a lot better than it's been the last couple of weeks. So I'm sure some of y'all are probably experiencing the same thing. So it's just been, a good week to spend with the family and get in some different stuff. So it's been a good week.
That's well, I'm happy to say about my weekend because I ain't shit and I'm petty. I'm petty as hell. That's why Clint not. I already know Clint not like my story at all. But so my best friend, she was going. She Army. She military too, like J. Rose. So she was going the week of my birthday. So we tried to celebrate this weekend. So we hung out Saturday. We were supposed to go out Friday. My daughter got cussed out. It was a bunch of nonsense. Teenagers being teenagers. So I didn't go anywhere. So Saturday we decided we was going somewhere. So I was like, well, I was sick, and I'm like, I really shouldn't go anywhere, but, it's going to take my birthday, so I'm going to go. Knowing I shouldn't have just went nowhere because I didn't feel good. So we start off, we go to a friend's house, because we're not really doing anything big. We go to our friend's house and start drinking wine. We had two glasses. We left there, went to 45th Street Pub. I had two margaritas, and the girl made them she knew it was my birthday, so she made them, legit. So I had two of those. Then we got to our brother's house, and they knew we were coming, so they brought all this liquor, right? So we decided that we was going to drink 1,800. Now, by the time I get there, I'm already not drunk, but, close to it. So I'm drinking 1,800 like it's water. I'm just taking it back. You know, I ain't even drinking it with nothing. I'm not putting no ice in it. I'm just drinking it. We take some shots. That's not including what I'm already drinking already. So, I was a little drunk, right? So I came home maybe about 3, 4 in the morning, and this car that parked and blocked my driveway. Mind you, I don't drive. I'm a professional passenger, but I have a driveway nonetheless. So this car has been parked in front of my driveway for like the last couple of days. I put a note on it like, listen, move your shit or I'm going to get this shit towed. So they ignored it. You know, they sat there for 2 days, blocking where my son's ADA person couldn't park in my driveway. You know, because a lot of people that come to see deal with my son, they park in my driveway, friends included. So now you block my driveway. People got to park elsewhere. I don't want food shopping. I got to walk down the street like I don't got a fucking driveway or nothing because this car is in the way. So fast forward to Saturday, Sunday technically, it was 3 or 4 in the morning. I come home and this car is blocking my driveway. So my petty ass smacks the shit out of the car. Like, smack. The alarm goes off. I hit him, press the button, beep, beep. Car's not going off no more. So then I'm like, really, bitch? Like, so y'all up and y'all hurt this shit? Okay. So, you know, Petty Betty came out. So I'm like, okay. So I went in the house, wrote a note. You know, I'm a little drunk, so I had to write it twice because, you know, I had to figure out, make sure I spell shit right. Went outside, put the note on the car, smacked that shit again. The beep, beep. It pissed me off the second time they did it, right? So it took me from 0 to 10 real quick. So I go upstairs, get my phone, and call TPJ. Like, yo, somebody parked in my driveway. Like, what do I need to do? They gave me, like, what's your address? I give my address, ask my name, get my name, cock the shoes up. First of all, I ain't even dressed at this point because, you know, I went in the house, got into some clothes that I shouldn't have been outside in. All I saw was a cop car pull up. I walked outside like, hey. He like, hey. He get out his car and he like, oh, can you live here? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, these people done parked in my car, you know, blah, blah, blah. I smacked their car because I'm drunk. I'm like, sorry, I'm a little drunk. It's my birthday, whatever. So, you know, I came home, I was drunk. They car was there, I got irritated, so I smacked that shit. And then they beat it. Like, it stopped it. So that's how I wrote the note. And then I smacked the car again, and then they gonna beat it again. So he wanted to tag this motherfucker is stupid as hell. Because right across the street from my house is a perfectly good spot, right? They didn't park there. They parked in my shit. Your car is not registered. So now, not getting a ticket, your shit getting towed on Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, wow.
I'm hanging out with the cops. Yeah, right? Wrong day to piss me off. Right? And me to be in my petty mode. So the cop talking to me, we hanging out, he laughing like, yes, Memorial Day weekend, they're not going to get their car till Tuesday. And he like, you know, so we laughing about it, high-fiving each other. Yeah, you know, we did it. He like, listen, now I know it's you. He's like, next time, anytime somebody parks in front of this car, you can either call us or call the tow company. But if you call here, as soon as I hear your address, I'm coming to your house. And I said, okay, cool. You know, high five, good looking out, you know, whatever like that, whatever. He was flirting, whatever. I didn't care, whatever. I was like, as long as he get this car out the fuck my driveway, right?
Right.
So tow truck come. They must have heard the back end of the tow truck and seen the lights. This man came outside with just drawers on. I don't speak English. Wait, my car, I don't speak English. The police officer spoke Spanish. I got you. So listen, you parked your car for that shit. You're still not registered, so it's getting towed. We'll see you at the tow yard to see you on Tuesday. He like, it broke down. I'm like, I'm in the window like, bullshit. No, it didn't, bitch. You just moved this car 2 days ago. What you talking about? Like, whatever. So he looked up at my window like, yeah, bitch, this is me. Yeah, because, you know, I'm in petty mode and I'm drunk, so I don't care. So, you know, long story short, they had to pull his car out of the spot. The alarm going off and shit. My neighbor next door comes outside now because she know me and her had past dealings with her boyfriend. They shit could have got towed too. So now you know that shit is real. Your shit can get towed. I don't care if I don't drive. I don't care if I got a car. This shit getting towed. Don't block your shit. Don't block my shit. So, yeah, so that was my weekend. That's my week. And then other than that, I've been, you know, getting my daughter ready for her military ball. So, you know, I've been in mom mode the last couple of days. Her ball is tomorrow. So she's going to be all beautiful and all sexy like, looking all cute with her dress on and, you know, all that stuff. But other than that, that's my week. I was being petty, started off, and now I'm going out as mom.
Wow, that's too funny. He definitely messed with the wrong one. And I mean, I love. Oh, go ahead.
I saw their car on Tuesday. They got it back.
Tuesday. Oh, wow.
I know. What you was about to say, Willie?
No, I was about to say the only thing that when she was telling the story, the only thing that got me, and I swear this is like a pet peeve of mine. Why people think they're gonna get away with that? I don't speak English, like that's gonna get them out of trouble. Like, bruh, like that's fine and dandy, but you know how to speak. Get your car out my spot. Like, come on, for real.
Exactly. I had that issue. I used to have that issue at my mom's house. Like, cars always parked in her driveway. And then some people, I used to have to go up and down the street to knock on doors in the middle of the night. Like come on, man. Come move your car. Because, I could have been petty like Sonny and called the police, but that ain't my style. You feel me? I'd be like, man, come just move your car.
No, because I think it's funny. No, but see, here's the problem, right? I usually give people warning. Like, when you park your car in front of my thing, I write a note like, hey, don't park your car here, because next time you use this first warning. First and only warning. Next time it's parked here, I'm going to call them. And you're going to come back from because most people that park on in my street don't live on my street. So, okay, so now you're going to come wake up one morning, and your vehicle not going to be there when you wake up and try to go to work. It's not going to be there. So I'll tell you when you first do it, don't do it again because it won't be here the next time. I give you warning. Now, if you ignore that warning and then you come back the next day and your vehicle not there, knock on my door. Go ahead. Go ahead and knock. As soon as you knock. But that sounds personal. But you don't have a car. Listen, you pay rent here because I pay for rent. Not only I pay for this house. I pay for the driveway and I pay for that big-ass backyard. This is all mine. Unless you're going to start paying for it. Unless you're going to start paying for it, then I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't care. I could park a bike in that bitch. It's my goddamn driver. Don't block my bike. I need to get out.
Right, exactly.
But I do give warnings, and once you don't heed that warning, like I had a band do it Friday, and I wrote a note like, listen, do it again. It's not gonna be here when you get back. Like, and they ain't parked there no more because this shit is real. Like, this is my note, this is my warning. Bitch, you do it again, you gonna come back with no vehicle.
Getting this topic, yo.
Yes, we got. I'm sorry, guys. I had to rant. I do my rant because I'm an asshole and I just do shit like that. But yes, our topic is I hate dating. How did we come up with this topic, Willie?
Well, I was having a conversation a couple weeks ago, and me and a friend were talking about dating and the dating process. People going through 2017 trying to figure out how to get how to get to know somebody, and we started talking about what we hate and what we like about dating. So it's definitely something I know people are talking about. Everybody has their their likes, their dislikes, a lot of dislikes. That's what it seems to be. I mean, everybody I talked about this topic to this week, they've been telling me all about what they hate about dating. So it was kismet. It had to be I hate dating.
And that's crazy because we talked about it the other day. We were saying how when you got to start all over, it's like, oh crap. Like you got to go through all this crap. Like dating ain't even need to say no more. Most people find people on social media. Most people go through all these like POS and tagged and all these other different these little apps.
And then the apps.
That's hard because you get these. You got to read this person's profile if they roll it legitly. Talk to them a couple times. Sometimes they're crazy.
Right.
Like, they're crazy. And that's funny because I just, I don't know if I sent it. I should have sent it to y'all. I was at work and somebody sent me this little link. And there was this guy. He met this girl, right? She said, call me, and gave him her business card. He called her on her phone, and the two messages he left, he sounded like a crazy man. He was like, hey, this so-and-so, I met you, blah, 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 call me, blah, 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 blah. I'm a normal person. I'm probably the best person you'll ever meet, blah, 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 and this, and the third. And then call me, okay, and then start saying all the stupid craziness. And then when she didn't call back, I called you about a couple of days ago, and you didn't call back. Something has to be wrong with you. Hopefully it's not anything bad, but maybe it's a mental issue. If it's a mental issue, don't call me back. Like, what?
Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm going to send it to y'all. I have to find it and I have to send it to y'all because that shit was like this. This is the type of thing you walk into. You don't know who you meet, and when you meet these people, you try to date them. People are crazy.
Exactly.
And, and people show their best representatives of themselves until you really it's so interested. Then you realize that this person ain't got it all, and maybe you should not talk to them.
Right.
That's why I remember when we had this conversation before about first impressions.
Yeah.
And I said that's why I don't never believe first impressions, because obviously that's somebody just putting on their best front. Sometimes their best mask.
Yeah.
Right.
So I could, you could have a good energy when we first meet, and I can respect that. I can like that, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna like you off the bat. I may want to get to know you more.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's why I say as I get older, I realize you have to do more vet. You have to do more investigation on who you trying to be with or who you courting.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like I just don't. I think younger. I noticed when I was younger. You feel me? All I need is she likes you. She cute. She got her stuff together. All right, I can rock with her. You feel me? But now, as I'm older, it takes more than that. You feel me? I gotta know your foundation. Like, you know what I mean? What type of morals you have. You feel me? I gotta know if you got a plan for the future, or are you content, or where you at right now. I gotta know. It's a lot of stuff I gotta know before I can during the dating process. You feel me? That's why I like this. I like this topic because I kind of hate dating too, because it's frustrating because you really gotta put forth effort, and then sometimes you put forth all of that effort just to find out, all right, this person not the one.
Right.
And that's the thing, like starting all over again. That's even like when you get people that's out of relationships that's been in a relationship for years. When you start all over again, you gotta walk back into something you don't even know, and then like you said, you really trying, and people out there, people ain't shit. Not everybody. Some people just ain't shit.
Mhm. Because I met some real good women. Like I hate the people that be like, oh, I ain't no more good woman or ain't no more good man. It's like, well, first of all, you got to change your pool of people you're dealing with. That the problem is in the mirror. First and foremost, if you feel that way, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But like I mentioned last week, sometimes it ain't the person, it's the circumstance, and that's the worst feeling in the world. To where, all right, you find somebody and y'all really digging each other, but the circumstances at the moment isn't conducive for for either one of y'all to pursue a relationship. That to me is the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Right.
I know a lot of people. I wanted Tiana to call in. I really did. I hope that she does call in at some point, but I really want her to call in because I know where she expressed when we had the Sunny's Roundtable, she expressed about how dating is very frustrating to her because, like you said, you meet the person, you've been dating them for a while, and then all of a sudden the shit hits the fan. Like I remember one of my friends met somebody, everything seemed cool. They met the guy, they hung out with him a couple times, he seemed cool, and then all of a sudden he started not he didn't answer the phone. This got real weird. Like he would tell him he was coming around, and then hours later he would show up. It just was like, and then it was like a random excuse that didn't make sense. And then at the long run, it ended up coming out that he had a girlfriend. Mm. But like that's what you gotta like. That's what stuff like that happens, and it's like, well, damn. And sometimes people get so to the point where they're like, fuck it, I don't want to date no more because people lying. People out there lying. And you got people that don't want to be in a relationship, that pretend like they want to be in a relationship. You got the people that want people to be in a relationship with them, but the person that want to be in a relationship with them. There's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of everything.
Right.
And the people are not
my thing. Yeah, exactly. I'd say that's my thing. Is a lot of people they don't want to be honest about who they are or what they're really about. They like Clint said, they're putting on that mask, they're putting on that front. so that way they can kind of get in good with you, and then you waste all that time trying to learn about this person, trying to deal with this person, and then find out that they've been faking this whole time, being somebody else, or trying to impress you instead of trying to be themselves. A lot of people don't know how to be themselves, and I mean, I'm about to say Facebook, but I think all the social media allows this, where people, they put on a certain facade and they show one thing, but they don't disclose the other, where it makes it look like they're, such a great person, or, they got a great attitude, and then you get with them and it's like, wow, who is this person? Where did this person come from? Because, they actually crazy, they weird, or whatever the case may be. So it's just a lot to deal with when it comes to trying to break through that barrier of who is this person really.
Exactly. So, like,
I mean, go ahead, Sonny.
No, I was gonna say, so like when we, like, I'm more of a watch your actions and not your words type of person. I know the guy that I've been dating currently, so far so good, nothing crazy. But I know my process of how I process things might not be a good way, but I'm always on the side of waiting for the shoe to drop or something about to happen, because it can't be just like this. Maybe that's not the good way to look at it, but I feel like I won't be let down if it happens to me, like, okay, I expected this. But I don't know if that's like that might not be the right way to go about things. But that's it, like when you be trying to date people and then you get the nonsense, and it's like, okay, how do you, like, you get scarred to a point where you just think everybody's full of shit, and that one person got to prove to you that they ain't full of shit. And sometimes people get tired of trying to prove themselves.
Right, exactly.
Like, this is who I am, I told you.
That's why I made it the statement before. I'm not here to make you happy.
Yeah.
You gotta come to me already happy. You feel me? I'm not trying. I refuse to be put in a position to where I'm trying to fix somebody else's mess. You feel me? I'm not. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not here to mend your broken heart. You gotta do that on your own.
Right. Yeah, hurt people, right?
yeah, hurt people. So by the time when I get in, like, I am fully, like, over anything in the past. You know what I mean? So anything I meet now will be new and fresh. They have a new person. They don't have to worry about me comparing them to the past or bringing up the past. Like, because you can't progress as an individual like that. Period. In life, always looking back. So now when you're bringing in somebody else and you still doing the same thing, it makes it that much harder to progress. So it's like, once I'm talking to a female and I see she's in that state still of, she's still hurt, or she's still, like, the word you use, scarred. You know what I mean? So it's okay to be scarred. It's okay. I don't want no fresh wounds, though. You know what I mean? It's okay to be scarred as long as you learn from it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
If you learn from that, then okay. You know what I mean? I don't mind your scars. I got scars. You feel me? That's the one. That's another misconception. I don't like when dating, like, men got feelings too, but we just process them differently.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not the same. So it's men probably, to females when in the dating process, I would tell my sister, you feel me, when she dating a dude, you know what I mean? Don't look at what he got. Look at how he got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's more important. Because that's don't look where he at. Just look how he got there. You feel me? If he got there stumbling and bumbling, and somebody looked him out, or he's not on the up and up, so to speak. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but you know what I mean. Always look how he got there. Don't look at a person as is. You feel me? And it's kind of contradictory to what we're talking about, to where we don't want nobody to bring in their past.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I say the vetting process. Mm-hmm. The initial is like, people jump into relationships too quickly to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And that's funny because it's funny because since I've met this guy, I don't really keep, but like a lot of people are like, oh, why not together right now? Like y'all been talking to each other for how long? Why y'all not together? Like I'm not in. Why should we rush anything? Like people, and I think that people just jump to this like, okay, y'all been dating for, say you've been dating for 2 months. Oh, why not together? Like what is, I gotta really know this person. Like I did the rushing. I did that before. I did all that, and guess what? It didn't work. So maybe you gotta try, and as I said, you gotta step outside your comfort zone and try different things. People get so caught up in just trying to be, say, with people, and they don't think about things. That's why you get people that end up being married for the wrong reason. That's why you get people that just racist and they're not real because you just wanted to say you choose a relationship. Like you gotta know like what works for you, and people just get lost in a lot of things like that, and it doesn't make any sense because they just want to appease the mass and not make sure that that's the right person for them.
I think one thing when dating is you have to be honest with yourself as far as your circumstance.
Yeah.
Everybody, like we all got to be honest with ourselves and our circumstances, because you may put yourself in a position to where you really can't handle that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like say, I could speak from a man perspective. Say if I'm just, I'm handling my business on my end, but I'm just getting by.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But I'm just getting by. Why? You feel? I don't feel like that would be a good time to even look for a relationship. I mean, if it happens, money ain't everything. But if it happens, cool. But to me, that's not. I got to be on my feet because I feel like a relationship. You feel me? I want to be able to provide.
Yeah.
So if I can't provide for you, I can provide for myself. And I can take care of myself. That's one thing. But now when I got a relationship, we become a couple. So a lot of things, we have to cover each other. We got to have each other back. I can't cover you. If I can't cover you, then, there's no need for me to get in that relationship. And that's what I also, from a woman's perspective, you feel me? Like, say you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, it's not, your kids is priority before that relationship.
Yeah.
So, this applies to a man too as well. You have to be sure that, you bringing him or her into your life. You feel me? Like they gotta be there for your kids too, because the kids are part of you. That's how I feel.
All right, hold on, guys. You got a caller.
Okay.
Caller, you on the line? What's your name? Where you from?
This is J. Rowe. I am from New Jersey, but right now I'm in the backwoods of Virginia.
Hey, J. Rowe.
What up, J. Rowe?
What's good, my brother?
What up? Yeah, I'm in like the sticks right now, like all the time. But 2 weeks ago I was in Belize. Now I'm in Virginia, globetrotting, something like that. But it's happening to everybody.
Not much.
What? Not much.
Enjoying this topic. Let me ask you a question. I gotta ask J. Rowe something because he's married, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So J. Rowe. So going from I don't want to put all your business out there, but you had a divorce, right? It's your second marriage. How was it? How was the dating scene to you? When you met your current wife from after you, like, how did it feel dating her? Was it different the second go round? The dating process for you, the vetting process. That's what I'm asking.
The second go around, like when I was married and then I got my divorce, I was single for about a year, where it was a point where I didn't do anything for like a whole year. Like I wasn't really looking for anybody, I wasn't dating or anything. But then I started getting out. It was crazy because I actually went out for my birthday and wound up going out with some friends and family and was introduced to my wife. So it wasn't like I was actually out looking for somebody. Like at that point, after I got divorced, I was like, you know what, I just need to chill, lay back, do some stuff for myself. But then, like I said, I went out with some friends, some family, wound up meeting the wife, and we started talking, and smoothly after that, I mean, we started getting a little serious, maybe like a year or so later after that. So it was definitely different. It was definitely different. It was a transition, like I say, from dating. From being married, I was with my ex-wife for 8 years, married to her for not even, almost a year, and then, like I said, it was just a rough time at one point, but then it was kind of like a smooth transition to, all right, you know, maybe I need to settle down. I think I may have talked to y'all about this before, but like being married and then having a divorce and then being in another relationship, like going through the divorce was kind of a good thing and a bad thing because it kind of opened my eyes up to things that I should be doing or shouldn't have done before in my previous relationship that I needed to fix and change in my new relationship and with the new marriage. So that's kind of how things rolled around with that, how that came about.
Okay, I can take that.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that part. I mean, when you move out of one relationship and you start to kind of do that evaluation of who you are, what you were either in that relationship or in that family, and then you start looking at, you know, the process of one, collecting yourself back up and putting yourself not even back out there as just for relationships, but in general, you know, as just being you. I think you start to look at how things went, what you did, what you didn't do. So that process is definitely, you know, telling and revealing, you know, especially when you go through it and actually evaluate yourself instead of just kind of like moving from one place to the next. So that's, you know, kind of piggybacking on what I think Clint mentioned earlier is that, you know, some people, they move out of one relationship to another one too fast because they don't even have time to process what happened. They don't have time to process what they just went through, you know, and they end up making the same mistakes. They end up, you know, going for the same things, the same issues. We talk about people who say, you know, oh, there's no good this or there's no good that, or you know, they keep running into the same kind of people. Is because, you know, they didn't learn from the last relationship that they need to look for different signs, or that they need to avoid certain types of people, or need to avoid certain types of situations. They keep falling into the same traps because they never grow out of that last situation, you know, or they never realize who, you know, what they've been doing and their part in the process. You know, not that you were trying to blame them for the bad things that may happen, but at some point you have to take responsibility for the choices you're making and the situations you're putting yourselves in when you keep repeating the same, you know, cycle of issues.
Yeah, so
yeah, definitely.
I just have a question for everybody. Like, since we're talking about a lot of the bad part of dating, what do you think are the good parts of dating?
So for me, the good parts is that when you do find that spark, that connection to somebody that's like, you know, you never never think you're not going to find that right person, but when you do, it feels like it's like something inside you, like, wow, that, you know, I can't believe this actually happened, or I can't believe I actually, you know, it's like that touchdown you make. You're like, wow, you know, I actually got that jackpot. You know, I never thought it was gonna happen, but I knew it had to, you know, that kind of thing. But that feeling that's that feeling you want, and that's the great part about it. But, you know, when you make that connection, you find that person that you can really connect with, and they real. You know what I mean? And that's one of those, you know, one of those things you definitely look forward to in dating, and you know, definitely feels good about dating.
With me, I guess the best part about it is the companionship. You feel me? You got somebody you can talk to, you know, have a good conversation with, you know, and like human nature, like we all like to be liked. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Being liked feels good, you know. So, you know, that's one of the pluses of dating. You know, like, you know, I know with me, I'm gonna date somebody that I like and who likes me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's the pluses of it. Then you get to know, you know, you find a real good one. You always say you get to learn something. You feel me? Somebody should be learning something from somebody. It should be helping you grow.
Exactly.
You know,
I think with me, the benefit of dating is just a break from my life, a break from as far as being a parent and working and stuff like that. It's like a good break. It's like a good break to be with somebody and have good conversation, getting to know them, and it's feeling like you met somebody that's a real person, not like they're pretending to be somebody. They are who they are, and it's a good quality for them, you know, to be who they are, and you like that, you know, like each other's company, to talk about whatever, whether it be just random stuff that don't matter to real stuff, like having a real conversation, not like, you know, always about work, always about kids, like a real legitimate conversation just about everything. That's like the benefit for me, at least.
Yeah, I dig that, but I mean, for me, like when it comes to dating, like I mean, me and my wife, like we push each other for everything, like whether it's school or work, or I mean, she's been supporting my military career since the beginning. She's been with me through 2 deployments, training. I mean, I'm away. Like I said, this is my second time being away in less than a month, so. And stuff like that. I mean, me and my wife, we still go on dates. Like you gotta find somebody that you're compatible with that likes to do the same things that you like to do, that likes to have fun, and y'all, like you say, you still have those deep conversations, not just about, oh, how was your day at work, or the kids need this or that. Like we can have some real deep conversations, and like I said, I mean, we still go on dates. Like we go out to dinner once a week, or we might just go hit a bar up or something like that. Like when we first were together, we would be at clubs and lounges and bars and all kinds of stuff like that. So you gotta keep things fun. You gotta keep things interesting, and that's how me and my wife make it work.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, those shared experiences, man. That's always, you know, a great feeling when you can share something with somebody who can appreciate it with you. You know, something. You know, it could be the most obscure thing, and then that person either they into it too, or they just supporting you in it. You know, that's always a great feeling too.
Yeah, and it's like ain't nothing better than an inside joke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Just to piggyback off what you said about shared experiences, there's nothing better than, you know, this you and that person that that you digging. Like y'all got that one experience like can't nobody. It's just between y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
To me, that means something. You feel me? That helps build the relationship. You know what I mean? I don't want to do the same things I do with my girl and my woman that I do with my boy. You know what I mean? Right. You feel me? It's cool sometimes, like, you know, we have common, you know, things we have in common that I might have with my boys. But, you know, I want something different when I'm with her. You feel me? I want that experience with every woman I'm dating to be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something that we can share that's between us. Like the brother said, shared experiences. You know, ain't nothing better than that. Nothing better than that.
Yes. And that's another thing. And then, like, you got to have somebody that, like J. Rose said, you have to have somebody that supports you with the stuff that you do. Because you get these people, like you get people in your life that don't support the stuff you do. I think your mate should support you and stuff that you do, the same way you would support them. So, or like somebody you're dating, they want to know what interests you. You want to know what interests them. So, like, when you have that type of situation, it's just, I don't know, like, it's better.
Like, see, my thing is, like, I don't understand how people could, especially in the dating process. You talk about a dating process, not even a relationship. In a dating process, if I sense that you're not supportive of what I do, but then it ends there for me. Like, you know what I mean? That's one of the, you know what I mean? That's early on.
Yeah.
You know, that's something we should discuss early on, our interests, our goals, and all that. Like, that's, you know what I mean? That's dating 101.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of people don't pay attention. A lot of people don't have those conversations. Mm-hmm. People get so caught up on the stupid stuff that don't matter, whether or not, like, and that was the one thing that I did see on social media multiple times about if the dude took you out on a date and it was like a picnic or it was a cheap date, stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not big on people trying to spend money on me to impress me, and that's in dating in general. I'd rather we get to have a conversation. Like, and they were talking about like, what would be a good first date. I don't think movie dates are a good first date. I think something where you have to talk. It's better because you go to a movie, you don't. How do you know this person? Y'all went to the movie together. They paid. That's all you know. They paid and went to the movies, and that's all.
Right.
Like,
I saw a list. I saw a list somewhere one time where it was like the worst first date said that was like number one. That was either number one or number two. It was like the worst first dates that you could take somebody on because, like you said, you don't get that real connection with the person. You don't really get to even get to know anything about them really. I mean, if you might have said, "Oh, I like this kind of movie," and that movie's out, and that person's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you to see this movie," it's like you got to do something else besides just the movie because at that point you really just kind of broke away from being able to really expand upon this new relationship that you're trying to start. Even if it's just a dating relationship, just a pure dating relationship, you've kind of broken away from that because now you have to still, have conversations. And if you don't do that, maybe go to dinner before or lunch before, then do the movie, something like that. I definitely would say shy away from doing a movie on the very first date. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I just think that you should be able to talk. Like we can go if it's a nice night or a nice day or nighttime, 7, 8 o'clock, and the weather's nice, you go walk through a park and have a conversation. You can go to dinner and have a conversation. You can probably go bowling and jokingly get to see how them in their little nice little fun element and still be able to have a conversation. You can't talk at a movie. You're fucking sitting there watching the goddamn movie. I don't think movies should show up anytime soon. Maybe the third date, maybe. But if you do go to the movies, go to dinner first. You have a conversation. But don't just go to the movies and just sit there. And I don't think the first date should be at somebody's house.
You know what? I'm telling you, it may sound crazy, but go for a long ride.
Yeah.
Because that'll let you know, boy, listen, ain't nothing worse than going on a long ride with somebody that get on your nerves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'll let you know what's going on. That'll let you know if you like somebody immediately. You feel me? You know what I mean? I ain't saying the first date, but at some point, like go on a road trip.
Yeah.
Go on a road trip.
A road trip. I don't know about a road trip. That might be a bit much.
Like take a trip, see, we from Jersey. Take a trip to AC. That's not a long ride, but it's long enough.
Okay,
about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Cool. About an hour. That's like an hour, right? Hour and a half. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Not no 6-hour trip.
No.
Nah.
No. You feel me? Go on a nice little short road trip. You know what I mean? Because then an hour and a half with somebody in a car, you feel me? That'll let you know what's what. Because you got to have some type of conversation. You feel me?
True.
If it's dead silence,
the whole ride, that's awkward.
Then that lets you know that I mean, like, okay, this is not the person for me because we can't even have a conversation.
I'm like that with anybody though. If I get in the car with you, I gotta talk to you. I can't just be sitting there just. I feel awkward if it's silent. That's with anybody. Like, why are we sitting here silent? Like, turn the music on. Right. Let's box to this man. Let's rock out or something. Like, don't just sit there and don't say nothing to me. And that's just with a friend. Right. I can't imagine being on a date with somebody and you sitting there just like, oh.
Exactly.
Like, that's stupid.
Yeah. Can I ask y'all? You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell y'all my worst dating experience. I want to know y'all worst dating experience. Mine's one time, right? I meet this girl. This is years ago. We meet this girl. We talk or whatever. You know what I mean? First time we just chill regular. You know what I mean? Get to know each other. So we like, all right. You know what I mean? Let's go out to eat. You know what I mean? She's like, all right, cool. I'm like, where you want to go to eat? You know what I mean? She's like, something light. Let's go to Olive Garden. I'm like, all right, that ain't about nothing. So, I go pick her up, right? Mind, this girl pretty, nice body, everything. I go pick her up. But as she's walking to the car, you know, at the time, you know, back in the day we had the chirp phones. Somebody was chirping me. You feel me? I let them know, look, I'm about to be busy, about to do this, whatever. So I'm not looking at, I didn't necessarily see her all the way to the car, her outfit or whatever, until she got in the car. Now, mind you, it's dark, it's night. She got in the car, I was like, all right, she got a nice little fitted outfit on. You know what I mean? I'm about to say, the curtain's a little short, but you know what I mean? It's whatever. You know what I mean? You get it off. So we get to Olive Garden, right? She gets out the car, I get out the car. I look down. This heifer got on slippers. House slippers. Like, you know what I mean? Like these little big, crazy joints.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, she too comfortable. Like, what is going on? Like she way too comfortable. I'm like, oh no. You know what I mean? I said, oh no, this is not going to work. This is not going. And she sensed it immediately. You know what I mean? I'm like, why would you? I mean, I'm like, you came out in slippers. I mean, you ain't got no shoes in your bag, because you know how you females do. Y'all girls carry shoes in your bag. So I'm like, you must got some shoes in your bag. She's like, nah. She's like, all right. I'm like, oh man, we in there, we waiting to be seated. People walking by, looking at her feet. I'm like, oh no, we got to end this.
Oh wow! She actually was just walking around, and those were they that comfortable? She didn't know she had them on.
bruh. I think she just literally, you know what I mean, thought it was okay. You know what I mean? Like to me,
did they at least match the outfit, or were they like some fuzzy bunny slippers, or did they match their outfit?
Exactly. It was like the fuzz. It was dog slippers. They was dogs.
Not dog slippers. Oh yeah. Man. She was way too comfortable. That was way too comfortable.
She said in her mind you knew who she was, so when she showed with them slippers on, she figured you already knew.
Yeah, well she thought she was
that's a no.
Yeah, she thought she was gonna get some dinner, but she ain't get no dinner.
You didn't even take her to dinner.
Nah.
You should have took her to get some shoes, some slip-ons.
Yeah, because I felt like she just figured like in my mind, oh, I don't care about this. That's how I felt. This nigga. This.
Well, like, why would you show up to a date with slippers? First of all, I have been overdressed for dates because I didn't want to feel like I wasn't dressed properly. Why would you think that wearing slippers to a date is responsible? Not unless y'all hanging out in the house or something. That's maybe not even then. I would put sneakers on or something, or flip-flops, or some sandals, or whatever the case may be. But I wouldn't put slippers on. Like, what is? I don't understand.
I mean, if I'm at your house, I'm not gonna be mad at your slippers. I don't care what kind of slippers you got.
If I'm at your house, like nothing.
I can't be mad. But like you come out in public and you knew we going on a date. That's weird. That's a little too crazy for me.
Yeah, man.
Like, what happened to your shoes? Like, you know, give me an explanation about this. Something. I don't know. Go ahead, Sonny.
My worst date, I don't know if do I have a worst? I don't really have. Do I have a worst date? Let's see. I don't think I have one. I have a crazy date, but it wasn't like the worst date. It was like the best date ever to me because I got to knock my out in front of the popo and get locked up. But that wasn't like.
Did y'all go out again?
Well, no, because I think I told this story before. I went on a date with a cop. I met him through a mutual friend. We went on a date with a cop. We went out to eat, and then we stayed there like all the way to the place closed. And then we were like, we had a really good conversation. We went out to eat, and then he was like, well, I don't want to end the conversation because we're really in the groove. So you might as well go back to my house. I'm not trying anything. Blah blah blah. So it was cool. I'm like, okay, we'll go back to your house. We didn't know we were being followed. And so we got back to his house. I sat on the couch. He said, I got a dog. I'm like, dog came out. I'm like, ooh, cool. I love dogs, whatever. We didn't get a chance to finish our conversation because his ex-girlfriend and her best friend showed up, and they wanted to get in the house. They used to live together at one point. She used to live there. So she had a key. He put the lock on the door. But he was, like, really calm about it. He, like, locked the door when they were banging on the door. And I'm like, can you go in the room? And I'm like, okay, so I'll handle this. So I didn't, say anything because he said he was gonna handle it. He was a cop. I thought he was gonna handle it. They kicked through it. They got in the door, and the best friend approached me and was like, that's his girlfriend, and I'm like, I don't have anything to do with anything. That's something I need to talk to him about. I don't have nothing to do with that. And his best friend in my face, and I'm like, yo, get out my bubble. Like, you can talk to me, but don't get in my face. And I don't think she understood that, so she kept doing it, and I just chin checked her a couple times. I hit her with a combo. She fell to the ground.
Wow.
Nobody helped her. Whatever. So then the girlfriend came over and tried to fight me too. I stomped her out. Her best friend tried to help her and smacked me with a dog chain. Didn't work out. I chased them both out the house. The girlfriend came back and asked him why did he let me hit her, and he's like, she told you to get out her face. But nobody listened. So then I called my best friend and was like, come get me. She's like, why I had to punch these two bitches out? I just need to go home because I don't want to go to jail. So she came and got me, and I left. And my best friend who worked for the police department at the time, too, well, she was my former best friend now, but she worked there, and she told everybody what happened. And somehow he was under the impression I told all the cops what happened. I didn't know the cops. First of all, I don't fuck with the cops like that. Like, I'm not going to talk to no fucking cops. I know some, but I don't want to talk to them about my business, But he believed that I was telling the business, and, we never went on a second date. But we had a really good first date other than me having to knock his girlfriend and her best friend out. It was good.
Wow. Yeah, like you said, he probably really should have handled that a little bit better.
He tried, but they were crazy. Yeah. They were to put this in perspective, they were Latino women. So, they get possessive and they get crazy. So he was real calm and passive aggressive, and they weren't like that, and they got knocked out. So that's what happens when I told them to leave me alone, and nobody understood to get out of my space, so they had to learn the hard way.
Right. That could have ended worse though. That's all bad.
Yeah, I could have been locked up, but I made it home safely. So.
Damn.
Wow.
That was mine. It wasn't the worst day. It just was really different.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the same. I really don't have a worse date. I mean, I probably had some bad dates. I think I blocked them out of my memory because I have selective Alzheimer's over here. But I do remember a really awkward, weird date I had one time, and it led to not having a second date. I had this was a long time ago. I was like 16, 17. No, I had to be 17. So I was 17 years old. I was already living on my own at the time. So I was, dating older women. So my thing was it was like the older the better. So I ended up meeting this lady out somewhere and, told her, what I had going on. I was type of, I didn't mind anybody knowing, that I was doing my own thing, had my own business and all this kind of stuff. So she was impressed by that. So, we ended up hooking up, deciding to go out to dinner. So we go to dinner. I forgot where we went, but it was some local restaurant in Detroit, and had a nice time. So by the time the end of the dinner ended, we were still talking about, how much a good time we were having. And she's like, if you don't mind, why don't you come back to my place? We can kind of hang out. She's like, my family's there, but it's only a couple of them. So, it shouldn't be any distractions. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. So we go back to her place. And I think we were probably there maybe about 5-10 minutes. And it was like somebody was downstairs or something. So I was thinking like, okay, cool. This is cool. We just sitting there. We really just was talking. I think she had the TV on or something. So all of a sudden, the door opens up and like a couple more people walk in. It's like her son, one of his boys. So I realized her son is like older than me. Like her son had to be like 20. So I'm like, okay. I knew she was older, but I didn't really. I mean, I asked her age. I think at the time, she didn't really give me like a straight answer when we first talked. But then I think by the time we went on the date, I think she had told me. I believe it was like 36 or 37, something like that. So she was significantly older than me. But when you see that, you're like, it really hits home, right? You're like, okay, this dude is like older than me, you know. So I'm like, whatever. So, you know, I'm just like, what up, you know. So all of a sudden, another, you know, rattle of the door. This time the daughter walks in. Daughter was bad. I'm like, man, like, I should have hooked up with the daughter. Like, so she walks in. She comes in, talks to the mama. She sat down, like literally sat down while we were sitting there talking. She sits down, and the mother didn't say anything. So I was just sitting there. We talking, whatever, and then somebody else ends up coming. I don't know who the other person was. All I know is it started getting real crowded in there real quick. So I didn't really have an issue with it, me myself. Right, exactly. I didn't really have an issue with it, me myself. But I guess by the end of the night, you know, when I finally left, you know, it you know, we had kind of like the conversation kind of died down because of course there was a bunch of people in there. So I left. She gives me a call and she's like, yeah, you know, I really enjoyed our time together, but, you know, it got a little awkward at the end. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I understand. I was like, well, you know, next time we'll just make sure that, you know, either, you know, we go back to my place or whatever. She's like, no, it's not that. She's like, it's just after seeing you next to my daughter and my son and realizing that, you know, you really probably should be dating my daughter and not me. And blah, blah. I'm like, what? Like, she's like, she totally like freaked out. So she was feeling way worse about it than I was. But it was just like, that was kind of funny to me, like that realization when you realize that you got in a little too deep than what you playing. And so that one was kind of weird, but it was, you know, it wasn't the worst date, but it had gotten weird, you know, so by the end of the night. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so it was like my senior year in high school. I had met this girl through a friend, and I was chilling with her. We had chilled for like a couple of weeks, couple of months, whatever. Or one time she had came over the house. You know, we did what we had to do, and we had all went out. And I stopped by to pick up some food.
Are you there?
So hello, you hear me? Hello.
Oh, I think we're having technical difficulty.
You?
No, J-Ro, we can't leave you. I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
No, J-Ro, come back. He'll call back at least. Yeah, he'll call back. But yeah. These stories, Clint, I think this story was like horrible. That was like not even worse. It was horrible.
Yeah, that was. It was. I ain't even going front. You know, I still remember. That was years ago. I still remember that.
Yeah, but as females, we're so used, like we get dressed up. We think we're going somewhere. We have no idea where you guys are taking us unless you tell us, but we get overdressed because that's what we want to do. We want to look our best so you can show us off. Like, I'm on a date with this person. They look cute. Even if I go out with friends, if I go out with a male friend, I want to still look cute because I might see somebody there. I might want to get somebody's number while I'm outside.
See? Yeah, exactly. But,
I don't know.
Everybody don't think like that.
That's how I am.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I gotta look and put together at least. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. Hold on, we got him back on the line. Hold on, guys. J-Ro, we got you? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, y'all hear me? Yeah, y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you got me good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so like I was saying, I had met up with this girl. We went to McDonald's. I left her in the car, and I left my car running. Big mistake, right? I went in the store, came back out. My car was gone.
What? Whoa. Wait a minute. What?
She took off with my car. She wound up crashing my car into another car. Came back around the corner and didn't want to tell me. She didn't even want to tell me that she wound up crashing my car. I had rode around the block like she finally showed me with a car she hit, like she did something.
Wow. I don't even know how I would have reacted in that situation.
I would have smacked the shit out of her.
Right, that's crazy. Right, on site, right, that's crazy.
Like,
I've
on
never
site,
heard
like, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that? That's crazy. Slap. Why would you do that? Like, you could have called me. You could have called me, J-Ro. I would have came down there. Like, who is this girl? She doesn't even know me. She can't report me. Can't call the cops. You don't know my name. Just slap the shit out of her and walked off.
For real.
That's what friends are for.
I think we're going to go again.
The bad times. I'm sorry, mommy.
We the after show.
the stolen car drove us into the after show.
Right? We did? Yes. It took us right into the after show. After the show was the after party. I don't know what I popped in my head. Sorry, guys. You know, I'm one of the people that's on top of my head. I got to sing it real quick. I'm an outburster with random song and dance. So if y'all ever around me, you'll find out really quickly. So, okay. So y'all want to still continue the topic, or y'all want to?
Well, the one other thing I wanted to mention about the benefit of dating, and even though it's kind of like the messed up part, but it's also good at the same time, is one thing I found is that it's also helpful, and I would say almost therapeutic too, in terms of being able to discover really how you're going to react or deal with people, right? In terms of trying to find somebody that when you are looking for somebody, being able to deal with different types of people and realizing what you really like. Because sometimes you go into dating and you're like, oh, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z type of person. I want them to have this kind of lifestyle, this kind of job. I want them to have kids, or I don't want them to have kids, or whatever the case may be. And then, you might start dating and then you realize, you know what, this is more important than that, or these attributes that I wanted out of my new relationship, I really don't really need them, or I don't really want them, or whatever the case may be. I think it helps you get through that as well, and helps you to be able to realize or recognize what's more important in your quest for love. So I think that's also another benefit of dating, and something that people don't really think about when they're going through that process.
Definitely, because I know, like, when I got single, I knew what I didn't want. And you have to kind of, know what you don't want, but you have to know what you want. And I think a lot of people, like you said, don't understand that. And after you've been through things, you should know what you're going to be here for and what you're not here for. And once you get that down, and like I said, we stressed on another show too, I think people need to learn to be by themselves. Because people don't like being by themselves. They continue to date the same type of person and know that they,
Here's my thing with the being by yourself. Naturally, nature, we really not meant to be alone. You feel me? We're not meant to be by ourselves. So I can see why people, jump into relationships back to back. My thing is with it is, you got to take time to improve, to get over. Some people get over stuff quickly, quicker than others. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But my thing is, give yourself time to make sure that that past relationship is fully out of your system and everything. You know what I mean? Then move forward. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. I don't want you to be single forever, but you should know what's good for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what's not. And people get so wrapped up in they don't want to be single that they lose sight of what the hell. Like they get so point to point that they don't want to be single because people aren't single, whatever the case may be, and they just think that that's the way to go. And it's not, because that's how you end up settling. That's how you end up being miserable, because you know damn well you didn't like that relationship, you didn't want to be in a relationship, but you were.
True.
Right.
No. And that's my point with that one. Like, I think people just get caught up in don't want to be. You get the people that have been single for years. Like, I was single for a long ass time. People like, oh, you still single? Yeah, I am. I tried dating people for whatever reason didn't work out, and I was okay with being single because I knew what I was looking for and what I was seeing. It wasn't that either I wasn't prepared for what that person was offering, or for some reason it just wasn't there. That whatever I was looking for wasn't there.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. When you can recognize that something that isn't there, you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to be honest with the other person that that things aren't going to go the way y'all think it. You want it to go. You know what I mean? Like, if you're supposed to be getting in a relationship with this person to be with them, over time, but you start seeing what you don't like about them, when you start seeing things that you know you're not going to ever tolerate or that you can't deal with in the long run, you need to be honest with yourself and say, you know, enough is enough already, or be honest with that person and say, you know what, this isn't going to work for me. You know, either if you feel comfortable telling them why you don't want to be with them, or if you just want to say, hey, in general. I mean, I've had to do that, you know, last couple of relationships, datings that I've done. It's like I had to say, look, it's not going to work because I just don't feel like this is going anywhere, or I don't feel like it's going to be fruitful for me or for my situation to be in this relationship. Sometimes
it's just you. Sometimes sometimes the person you meet is actually good. There's nothing wrong with them. That you can say, oh, this person, I don't like this about this person. You can meet somebody that got a good personality, that got a good conversation, everything that you want that person to have, but for whatever reason, your attraction is just not there.
Right. Oh,
so
yeah.
It's not that person's fault. It's just something that's in you that's just missing. And like I said, it doesn't have to necessarily be the person's fault. It could just be sometimes just shit not there. The chemistry is a big thing. You can have chemistry everywhere else, it's not in important places.
Right, exactly.
I know.
Yeah, if I'm not feeling
sometimes you can be wrong.
Keep rolling with it.
Sometimes you can be wrong. I've been in that position. I've been in that position before, to where, you know, you can rush your judgment, or you just misjudge, and you think that, you feel me, sometimes you have to give it more time. You feel me? And you know, it's been times where I probably rushed to a conclusion like, nah, this ain't for me. But, you know, time passes and I look back, you know, like, damn, that probably was a good situation for me. But, you know, you got to eat that. You feel me?
Yeah,
sometimes
that's true too.
Yeah, like you said, sometimes it is us, and sometimes it's you could think, you know what I mean, we so caught up in what we want and what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like I said, in a relationship, compromise is everything. Communication and compromise is everything. So, you know, sometimes we're not willing to compromise for the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the greater good. Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what teamwork is about. Sometimes you got to compromise for the greater good. And, you know, we could be so caught up in being what we want or what we need and not realizing, well, this person might bring something better to the table than what we want or what we need, because we're so caught up in thinking that we know, you know what I mean, know what's right all the time. You know, like we was having this discussion before on here, to where I say, you know, me, I want a woman, like, I know what I like. I definitely know what I like, but I want to meet a female who can show me something different.
Yeah.
Who can light my life up and be like, oh wow, I had no idea that I like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
To me, that's a perfect mate. You know what I mean? Like she when she brings something like, wow, I didn't know why. You feel me? I even like this. You know what I mean? This is interesting to me. I prefer this. I prefer to have conversations like I prefer to deal with conflict like this. You know, it's better than what I thought would be best.
Right. Now you just mentioned something that I remember you mentioned before in another show we were talking about in terms of conflict, and so what do you guys think about having a conflict or having an argument or something like that early, like very early on in a dating situation? Like, I mean, I recently had dated this woman that for like maybe about a month, and like we had two arguments. I ain't even had that many arguments with my ex-wife, you know, so it's like two arguments in, and this woman was already pissing me off, but it was like. But it was like at the first time I think it was I felt like it was like kind of good because I was able to, and I think Clint, you mentioned this on that other show, you said how it was it was revealing in terms of how people deal with conflict and how they deal with situations when you can see them, angry, or you can see them passionate about something, right? So, I kind of felt like that in that first one. So what do you guys think about that when it's early on, you're, a few weeks in, a couple months in, having those kind of situations come up?
It depends on what the conflict is about. If it's something frivolous, like I'm trying to think of an example of something frivolous, or if it's we're big on communication, how we talk to people. Sometimes it ain't what you say or how you say it; it's how you say it. Right, so if we get into an issue to where, I may have said something and she ain't like the way I said it, and then we have a little back and forth over that, and I could understand that. I can get past that, But if it's just something over, like, something real frivolous, like, I had an issue with one time I went out, with a girl, and she was mad at the service that we got at the restaurant, and I really wasn't too big on how she reacted or how she dealt with the situation, and I'm the type, I'm gonna say something, you feel me? Because now you're making me uncomfortable, you feel me? And then it ain't really go over too well, but I'm glad that happened, because now I know, what type of person I'm dealing with.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I remember I watched a show, and the person went on a date with somebody, and the person they went on a date was really obnoxious to the waiters, and it was like, wow, like, this is the type of person you are. Like, you flipping out over like the littlest minute things, and you're making this big of a deal, making this scene, and that shows you what type of person you're dealing with. So, you got to kind of watch people's behaviors and be like, okay, all right, and then see if you want to deal with that. People show you who they are when they're not on point. And when you're mad, you just let loose. Like, that's one thing you do watch for. When somebody gets mad, when you're dating them, they get mad and they're at their extreme. That lets you know what type of person they are.
Exactly.
You gotta catch that. You gotta catch that, because they can get mad over something like whether, like, it's one thing to be mad for bad service and like be mad about it, but it's when you take it to an extreme. It's like, okay, I'm not going with you anymore because you're crazy.
Like we joke a lot about being petty and being an asshole and stuff like that, but to me that's a real, in reality, that's a real turn off for me. So if we out and I see somebody and I'm with a girl and I see her being petty or being an asshole just cause, you feel me? Like, nah, that's a turn off. You feel me? That's not something. I hear people really, brag about being petty and being like, nah, that ain't something you should strive to be. Like, that ain't.
Right. I'm petty when it comes to fun. But, I mean, maybe this weekend I was a little bit petty, but I felt like I was justified. I think I was justified in that pettiness. But, like, I'm petty when it's been like me, like, being funny and silly like that, whatever, maybe. But, like, I'm not, like, petty.
We got to define petty. We got to
like,
really look at what petty really means. If you make me mad,
like, if you make me mad, right? Like, my daughter, I'm petty to her a lot of times. She'll be, I ask her to do something, she'll catch an attitude and be all in her bag and be mad about it. So I do petty shit, like I'll go and fuck with her, like, stuff like that. Or I'll like I did last week, I put it on Facebook. She pissed me off, so I cut her Wi-Fi. I cut her. Not only did I cut the Wi-Fi, I unplugged the Wi-Fi physically, and I shut her phone off. Like, did I have to do all that? No, that was really petty. But because she pissed me off, that's what I felt like doing.
Right. Yeah, but
I might cut holes in your socks.
Oh, okay. That's
like, if you make me that mad, it's a possibility that I might cut a hole in your socks or cut the kneecaps out of some of your pants. I might.
Nowadays that's a style, so you can't even get even.
Well, not if you like, not if like a real hardcore dude, and you don't do that.
Right.
Like if you don't eat bacon, like if you don't eat like I'm saying, like if you don't eat bacon, you piss me off, everything in your refrigerator is gonna be bacon product or type of pork product. Everything else that's not pork is not gonna be in there no more.
See, we gonna fight for real now.
That'll be the end of the relationship.
No, but it's just like super petty stuff. It's not like major petty stuff.
Nah, that's unnecessary.
Like I might really take a poop. I'm waiting to take a poop for a minute and take a pill out the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, nah, I'm not
but you know what too though. It's about what a person either doesn't mind or can deal with, or what they consider, what they also will consider is okay. You know, like I may say, oh, all that stuff that you talking about, that's light petty. You know, that's light. You know, it's lightweight stuff. I'm not gonna be mad, but maybe Clint will be like, oh no, you know, you cut a hole in my sock, I'm dumping you, or you take the toothpaste out of the thing, my breath's gonna be stinking all day. I'm cussing you out. You know, I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's tolerance level is different. Everybody's ability to handle, you know, another person's actions is different. You know, so I think everybody. You know, when you find somebody that's compatible with you, you'll have to find somebody. Yeah, you have to be able to find somebody who can deal with your level. Well, in your situation, your level of petty, or you know, your level of weirdness, or your level of differentness. You know, or your attitude. Like this one person I was talking to, and she had this attitude about everything where, like, I literally thought this woman hated everybody, like everyone in the world. Like she had this energy about her that was just negative. But I know a lot of people who feed off of that, and they would probably love her to death. I mean, you know, they would just be like, oh, you know, she's just strong-minded and strong-willed, and she ain't gonna deal with nobody's mess, you know. But I'm like, I can't deal with that, you know. I need somebody who's gonna be at least semi-positive about certain things and give people the benefit of the doubt, you know. But not everybody's gonna be able to deal with your level of differentness.
With me, see, like, say with the stuff Sonny did, well, not shit she did, what she say she would do, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't get mad at that. That wouldn't make me mad. I'd be more disappointed.
No, really? You gonna put a disappointed card?
Huh? Yeah, because
I'll be disappointed.
I'm disappointed. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, like that's juvenile to me. That would be juvenile.
That's what makes it petty.
Yeah, but petty is low. Petty is being, you know, look up the definition of petty. You feel me? That's worse than that. You feel me? That's, you know what I mean? Like petty.
She got a different level of petty than you do. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, you feel me? Like being petty.
I'm not gonna go petty extreme.
Yeah, but like, you know, see, if she would do that, that would just like, all right, this how you. Like we was just talking about dealing with conflict. If that's how you deal with conflict, well, if that's how I'm not talking about you, Sonny. I'm just talking about period. If somebody was to do that, if that's how they deal with conflict, I couldn't put up with that. You feel me? I'm actually, like I said, I'd be disappointed, but at the same time, I'd be like, thank you, because now I just dodged the bullet. Because
but that's the problem.
Getting into a relationship, it's for the long haul.
But see, that's the problem though, because people like that could be something that's just funny, not something serious, nothing major. But for you to base your whole relationship off of just that, like somebody having like one, because like people have petty moments. Niggas have petty moments. They might say something stupid and piss a girl off, but they didn't know what to do. That's petty too in itself. You may not call it petty, but it is petty. But like stuff like that.
Once you start vandalizing people's stuff,
no, nobody's not going to do that. That's just really, really vandalizing. And first of all, really speaking, I would never do that.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking about you.
Realistically speaking, that's what I'm just saying. I wouldn't really do that. But
I know females who do stuff like that.
I would say.
Yeah, that's the type. I know females who do stuff like that. Take dudes' clothes, pour bleach on them.
Oh no, I don't have time for that. I've never
scratch up their car.
Yeah, I never did that either. That's too much. First of all, that's just too much.
Yeah, but that's along the lines of what you said. What you was like. I understood you was joking. That's why I said I wasn't talking about you specifically. But when people do stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like come on, man. Like, come on, I don't got time for that. We too old.
Right.
We grown. You feel me? I want to mature. relationship. Yeah, we can have fun, but that's not fun to me. You feel me? That's ignorant.
Right.
You feel me? I don't got time to deal with that. You feel me? Like, you got too much stuff going. Because I'm liable, you know what I mean? Like, you feel me? You want me to start fighting fire with fire now? Because because then I'm not going to stop, and then it's going to go from being petty to almost being dangerous. You understand?
Okay, that's just too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do that with, like, them games are not to be played. Like, I mean, it's too much domestic stuff going on out here. Like, nah. Like, why? If we can't talk it out, you know what I mean? Like, if we can't talk it out like adults, and we got to resort to being, you know what I mean? I ain't talking about having arguments, saying stuff to each other we shouldn't say. That happens. You feel me? In the heat of the moment. But once you start either getting physical or damaging property, all right, now you're taking it too far. You're taking it way too far. In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I mean, it always depends on the person. I mean, there's a couple on YouTube that I saw one time that do these pranks, right? And some of the stuff that they were doing to each other, I mean, it started to escalate, but they were able to handle some of the stuff they were doing. But I definitely considered it childish. You know, they might have thought it was petty. They might have thought it was funny. They might have thought whatever they thought it was. To me, I didn't see nothing funny about it. You know, I felt like it was just way over the top, way, too childish, it was juvenile behavior, and it's like, but some people, like I said, some people feed off stuff like that, and they happen to find the right person to be with that could deal with that kind of thing. And I mean, they that's just what they do, so I just think that everybody has their limits. Everybody has their moments or their situations that they can deal with, and some don't, so they, you definitely, like you said, Clint, you have to, when you see that and you recognize that, then it's time to move on, because you're not going to be able to deal with that on a daily basis or however often it's going to come up.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience, that's for sure.
Tell me some more turn-offs about dating to y'all. I know, what I mean, like I just said, I don't like the pettiness, stuff like that.
I don't like braggers
for me,
or people that's materialistic. That's a big turn-off. I don't care what you got, how much money you got. That's not flashy to me, and I'm not going to give you my number. That's not a turn-on or none of that. I hate when guys are like, oh, I got money, I can take care of you. Oh, I buy you this. I spend not spend on this, blah, blah, blah. I bought this, this is watch I got on. I got money. No. That's a no-go.
Yeah.
I got my own goddamn job.
Right.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
I mean, I on the flip side of that, I don't like when people are like users. Like, I mean, I've ran into women that'll be like, a week into the date and talking about can you pay my rent, and can you buy me some Gucci shoes, and can you, like, bro, like I don't even know your last name yet. Like, like, really? Like, if we going there already? Like, who I made the checkout to? I don't even know who to make the checkout to. So that's not gonna work. So, it's when they obviously in it for pure financial or materialistic benefits. That's not working for me. So,
I got a quick question. It's like totally off topic, real quick. Who's the team that beat the Lakers that won a championship? Wasn't it Dallas, right?
No, they're in the same conference. What year?
No. I'm talking about years ago. The Lakers were going against this team, and this team actually won the damn championship.
A lot of teams did that, though. It's like Rockets done it.
It was like, I want to say, wasn't it like Dallas or something that recently, like before LeBron?
The Mavericks won once.
Yeah, but who beat the Lakers in the finals?
Yeah, what was the guy name?
No, she's talking about in on the West.
She's talking about the Western Conference?
Yeah, it was on the West. It was on the West.
It was on the West? Oh, they lost a lot of time.
It would have been the Mavericks. Yeah,
the Dallas Mavericks, right? They wear the blue jerseys or whatever.
Yeah, they swept them. That was back in 2011.
Yes, no, because I'm having a conversation about basketball real quick. I'm sorry, because somebody acting like I don't know about basketball. I'm like, first of all, you don't even know me. Like, you don't even know. I've been calling LeBron LeBrick since the beginning. Like, I didn't even understand, like, oh, and I said, I hate him and the Flakers. Like, who the Flakers? Like, he never flaked. I'm like, no, Steve, you need to watch basketball. You don't know who the Flakers are? Like, come on, really? Like, don't do that. Just because I don't watch basketball currently don't mean I don't know about basketball. Don't do that.
Right.
I'm sorry. I had a moment. But we're about to wrap this show up, y'all guys. We got to wrap this show up.
Yeah, you already know. Holla at your boy. You get at me on thekingstruth.com. Hit me up on Snapchat at The King's Truth. Instagram, Clint Black, BLAQ.
All right, this Willie Styles, Styles with a Z. You can get me at Willie Styles on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Willie.Styles on Snapchat, and WillieStyles.info for all my other links, AskWillieStyles.com.
Y'all already know JRO609.
I'm sorry. You gotta say get social.
Yeah, you already know JRO609. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all that other stuff. Find me, Google, get social. I'm there.
And I am Sunny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. You can find me on my blog, unreservedlyme.com. Check out our website, gftradioshow.com, our Facebook page, GFT Radio. You can pretty much go on our website and find us everywhere or Google us. We're everywhere right now. We're on Google Play Store, Play Music. We're on iTunes. We're on SoundCloud. We're on YouTube. Find us everywhere. Oh, and add us at GFT_radio on Instagram and Twitter.
You already know. Catch us in 7 days.
Night, guys.
That's right. Have a good night.
Sorry to interrupt your run. You're probably in the zone, but with Simply Right checking from Santander Bank, you can waive the monthly fee by completing one transaction each month. Click the banner or find out more at santanderbank.com/simple. Qualifying transactions do not include fees, rebates, and adjustments posted by Santander. Santander Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hurry into Old Navy today and tomorrow to get jeans for the whole family on sale. Just $15 for adults, $12 for kids. Plus, starting today, redeem your Super Cash to save even more at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Super Cash valid 6/3 to 6/11. Jeans valid 6/3 to 6/4. Select styles only.